Hey Taurus, how you doing? So we're into February now, and as you might remember, I did say that March was going to be a pretty busy month. So this February month is quite. It's almost like a preparation because there are some very intense patterns coming up. Now, the first thing that I want you to be aware of is the full moon on the 5th of February. It's happening in your fourth house. And because the full moon in and of itself is very much challenging our ideas about our own individuality versus how we fit into the overall scheme of things, and also kind of what's stressing out both of those sort of aspects is how we're going to survive in these times. So survival issues seem to be very, very strong at the moment, and with this full moon falling in your fourth house, I can sense that it's a time of really having that a sense of instability at home. It's really emphasizing just how stable you are or are not. If you think about it, you've had Uranus going through your first house for pretty much the last crikey, I think it was for the last 5 years you've had Uranus in your first house, which has really changed how you view yourself and how others view you. And it's made you a lot more open to a lot of new ideas. And yet this full moon is really challenging that. You're likely to be assessing, well, how far have I got? Like how much further have I got in my security since I've made these changes. So it's quite a stressful time, and it's one where I would absolutely advise you to not take it too personally. If you can stay grounded and centered during this full moon, you'll do yourself a massive favor. If you get really disrupted in your feelings about yourself, you could find this really almost eliminating. You'll be sort of eliminating part of yourself. You don't want to do that. Anyway, what I notice about this, like we are really, in terms of the season of the year, like we are in Aquarius season right now, and that's really putting an emphasis on how you earn money and your reputation and how you are seen in the world, etc., etc. So there's a lot of emphasis put on that. And then as you move towards the end of the month, you're moving into more of a place of collaboration and feeling, how can I bring my ideas even further by working with other people. Now, one of the more challenging aspects of this is around the 23rd to the 28th, because during that time, there's a lot of activity in the sign of Aries, and that's in your 12th house, which is about your unconscious mind. It's about your memories. It's about all the hurts and all the different upsets and insecurities that you've somehow kept in your mind body system, and they're all starting to play and activate at the end of the month. So if I was in your shoes in this month ahead, here's what I would do. I would be wary of the full moon and take action to ensure that I'm grounded around the 5th of February, and also that I'm really confident in what I've done. If any new information comes in to prove that you shouldn't be confident about something, just see it not as a personal attack, just choose to see it as information and then review it when the emotions have calmed down. Then leading into the 15th to the 20th, which is arguably the most creative time of this month ahead, it's a time to be establishing new ways of working with others. There's a lot of creative ideas out there, and I think your strongest suit at this moment in time is your ability to network. So I would really, really focus on that. And then in the last month, I would probably plan to spend a bit of more time on my own, figuring out who I am and how I might be. I mean, we are going through this really huge Chiron phase, all of us right now, as Jupiter and Chiron are coming together. We're going into this phase where we're really noticing all of our old wounding from childhood. It's all coming up. And wherever it falls in your chart, we've all got to deal with it at some level. For you, it's falling into a bit of a blind spot. And so the more you can relax and unwind and not be too forthright in exploring it, the more likely it is to come into your day-to-day interactions. I think if you're too busy during this time, you could miss some of it. and then get really triggered later on. Anyway, I hope that's helpful. March is going to be a huge month, so do get some rest. If I can be of any assistance to you during this time, then please do drop me a line. It's louisatannermunson@gmail.com, or just go to my website, which is feelgoodastrology.com. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. Have a great month ahead and see you next month. Bye for now.